Hello and welcome to this first open lesson in the soul pearl of integrity, the direct integration into your reality. This is a teaching where most of the teachings will come by the energy. So allow yourself to receive by your intention. Open your recognition through the sense of your body. Breathe, soft, deep, and choose to be here, choose to attend. And immediately the energy will open for the contribution for you and your grand opening for your eternal soul that is love to be able to directly participate into your recognition of yourself, into your reality, and your reality into yourself. The soul integrity is directly assessed into the highest version of your reality to be able to contribute to your consciousness. So that was kind of, swirling a little bit around. Allow yourself to sense from within, through resonance, as your eternal soul that is love is supported by the mutual field of the new era, the mutual field of the gathered earth people that supports your system to be able to contain 13th dimensional consciousness. And you don't need to understand any of this. It's an important part of the teaching that this information is delivered here. So the one of you, the part in you that knows this will click with it. So in the beginning of 2026, the possibility for our consciousness to be mutual, not only to be in companionship, not only to be gathered and be a part of the same consciousness, but to carry a mutual consciousness. So a part of our consciousness exists and is equally distributed to each and every one of us. And each and every one of us contribute to the function, the capacity of this consciousness. So there's a difference between a mutual consciousness and the collective consciousness. To some understanding, to some definitions, it will be the same. But the shift that comes here with the new era capacity is completely new. It's for our internal soul that is love, it's the most natural state of consciousness. It's represented all over the universe. But the area where we exist, we have the empty consciousness, the consciousness that carries the highest span of capacity to carry consciousness, but with the most lack of consciousness. In this shift where we are here, and the shift that we will work with here with the soul pearl of integrity, we work with the direct awakening of our consciousness in through our energy system, carried and contained by our mutual consciousness, where it's available, where it's possible to be mutual, that supports us and our ability to carry this consciousness according to universal and nearly energy physical laws. And in the universal energy physical laws, the only ability to carry a continuous capacity and continuous consciousness is available when it's ordered accordingly. And that will, in our reality, be the same as integrity, where we, in the same high order, will be sustainable and continuously represent the same foundation for the meeting of ourself and our reality. And to be fair, it haven't been possible to carry that consciousness, because the ignition have been in 3 or 4D until 2012, where it ignited in the 5th dimensional capacity, and then between 2022 and 2024, it ignited into the 7th dimensional capacity, and that surprisingly opened the 13D capacity in the human kind, the creature that we are here. The soul pearl of integrity, this is the first lesson out of 5, and it will be open and it will kind of ignite everything you need. And then in the next lessons, if you choose to participate there will be a fee, and we will be deeper into different parts of this opening with teachings and ignitions, how to call upon support for a system. But all in all, what you need for this support that I'm channeling in here through the capacity of the incarnational programs, it will be enough what we open here. Soft, deep breathing. Sense your body. Reflect a bit upon the channeled words and the energy that supports your recognition from within. And if the energy reads you really well, it will not only be my language skills and the strange words I use for these kind of teachings that will be confusing for your system. Your system will go into a kind of state of semi-sleeping, nearly sleeping. It will go into a state of like being defocused, because your system chooses to. So if that's how it opens, allow it to be how it will be for you here. As our carriage, our companionship in the mutual field of the gathered earth people ignites from within, the connection to the eternal soul that is love through our embodiment that opens 4 months into the pregnancy, into the fetus, and embeds in the DNA memory field. In that exact moment, there's a purity, and that purity of the ignition reopens here. Frequency and the purity opens in your personal field of energy in the 13th dimensional version where the spherical field of consciousness ignites. As it ignites, it unites all the reflections and all the parts of your system into oneness, mutuality in your system. The summit can give different reactions in your body, emotions, emotional state, energy. Allow it, whatever comes will go. We can't understand it, we can't analyze it. It's not signs of anything special. It just shows us that something is going on. Because when we are held in a 13th dimensional field, everything is in a movement at the same time. And what shows itself is just glimpse here and there in the surface of our consciousness that appears. Allow it and allow it to be whatever it is by itself. Perhaps you sense this inner settlement, the recognition of the purity in the connection with the eternal soul that is love. Creating the soul carried reality, the soul integrity. We will use this soul integrity in this first lesson in kind of handling everything in the library. Everything that we contain from our heritage, from our culture, and from our history in our own reality. We are so supported and we are so prepared. Allow it to be a mystery, an enigma, something we can't understand, something we can't comprehend. Just being in this void of possibilities. And to some, this sense of energy and the inner vision and the knowingness will show you a lot of things going on here. If such appears, allow it, but stay with an open view. Allow you to focus to whatever comes by, but when it has shown you something, let it go again so you open the space, the void for the next to come. If it's silent, enjoy the silence. Your system knows what's best. Hidden spaces from within, closures, begins to breathe with energy. Soft, naturally. Like it originally intended to be, with our conscious possibility. All these disturbances is prepared to be released and to deliver a contribution of highly developed capacities and programs and a lot of handling of consciousness. We have a highly developed system prepared, but most of the time handling nothingness. With this enhancement of your connection with your eternal soul that is love, and the sorting out in the library, the handling. Your energy aligns in your different reflection layers. And to some, it can be a bit odd. Just allow it. If it comes, it will go again. As a wave of contribution. There's a lot of grief and mistrust and difficulties embedded in our consciousness libraries. It's not only about memories, it's about programming, it's about automatic reactions and ways. And as we are entering this shift possibility, all the programs reopens and release everything that's not aligned with your soul integrity. And you could believe that everything difficult would go. But that's not so, because your soul integrity carries and handles a lot of difficulties. But when it's handled from the highest and the deepest perspective, without destruction and without disruption, the higher function, the higher possibility to handle and to know, to kind of channel yourself into a capable version will show us in an easygoing manner. Some of the difficulties comes because when you higher the integrity, you step into your new version of yourself and your reality. And it's the difficult step is that in the higher version, you will never look down upon yourself in the previous steps. So if this kind of takes you, you are kind of back in the lower version, in the non-conscious consciousness version. So this is a part of the teaching in this lesson, is to be aware. When I call upon the support from my soul integrity and step into this higher functional version of me, to be aware of this state where I'm I'm not invited to look down upon myself or anybody else. And that's kind of my assurance, that's my showing that I'm here. If that kind of goes, and suddenly the judgment shows itself, then I'm stepping down. And then the medicine here is to call upon with my intention the support from my soul integrity again. And we need a little bit more of the energy work before that's present. This activation, this possibility to call upon with intention, this shift. Allow yourself to perhaps already recognize this is something that you have been experiencing. It have been present in your life. Breathe, soft, deep. To open the initiation, the activation, your system opens by itself through self-recognition with the soul pearl of integrity, this first lesson. And with the first energy work, with the release and with the sorting things out and the inner connection and the opening to the higher reflection that we already have received. The deeper parts of your system recognize the version of you in the 13th dimensional system and begins to ignite your energy system into the automatic reactions or the part of your system containing your automatic reactions. And to some, this give for a small period of time here, tensions in the neck, in the back of the head, and down through the spine. If you have ignitions of these tensions, release them just by soft breathing. Allow your body to move soft, slowly. Allow it to be a no. What comes by will go again, so you relax, not tense upon the tensions. It has been deeply embedded in your system, these automatic programs that have been the possibilities for your system with the lower connection to the eternal soul that is love and a higher connection to the survival system carrying in all the driving forces equally strong in each reflection. And we are the only creature in the universe with this way, this mechanical function in our energy system. In the rest of the universe, all creatures with higher reflections, their survival system, their forces in the survival systems, their driving forces, they evolve. So in higher reflections, the driving forces will be higher versions and be lesser related to survival systems reaction with fear and need. Instead, it will be devotion and all kind of uh, interactions with your reality that feeds devotion. So a sign of the soul pearl of integrity, present, available, supporting your system, will be that when you are in a situation where you are actually not under a pressure in reality that is dangerous to you, then your system, instead of igniting the fear and the need system, it will ignite the higher versions, and you will sense another another way and another perspective to a lot of things going on in your life, in your reality, in your way of communicate, in your way of standing up, standing out, your way of deliver your contribution. A lot of us know, most of us know how we can be anxious and nervous and be ignited in a nervous system. And we learn it, and we learn to work with it, we get used to it, we kind of count on it even. So with the shift here, this will begin to uh, develop into something else. And here the teaching will invite us to be aware when we step into something where we are normally anxious or have reactions in our nervous system in different ways, to, if we have space for it, to open the void of, let's see what happens, and to allow your system to have another reaction, because our expectations can nearly create the same reactions as our nervous system, as our ignition in our survival system, in our automatic reactions. Our expectations can nearly ignite the same. But at the same time, with our intention and our recognition or observation, we will be able to smoothen out, to relax our nervous system, to relax our reaction much more than before, just by being aware, just by being awake in the moment, and allow our presence or observation to be as present as we can. And the energy here, the field, provide a support for this right now. So if you sense your body, breathe. Sense your body from within and allow yourself to sense all of your body at the same time. And this is actually available to us. Being in the experience, sense your body, all of your body at the same time, and then sense your emotional state of being at the same time as you sense your body. Allow the support. Feel the energy, soul pearl of integrity, to support your well, to sense all of your body and your emotional state at the same time. No analyzing, no demands, just a recognition. All of your body sense at the same time from within your state of being, your emotional state of here and now at the same time, all in all, and the sense of the energy. Breathe. And when we are connected, the different parts enhance each other's presence in our consciousness. So the experience of all of the body at the same time, the emotional state, and the energy opens to a carrier capacity, a carrier of our consciousness. So when we train to go in this state and to be in this state and live in this state of being connected from within, then the different opportunity for our consciousness to open in the space with soul integrity will be available. Maybe you sense it already. Maybe it's still odd and difficult. It is. But a lot of us is already trained by the usage of technology. When we use the cell phones and tablets and the computers, the usage train our consciousness into this carrier capacity where we will be able to have an availability for the consciousness to be carried, to be available for us. It's kind of a short circuit. Allow it. Be curious. If a lot is going on, if a lot of your system is redistributing your energy, you might be tired now, a little bit, nearly like being out and have had a lot of physical activities. It just shows you that a lot of things is going on. And it will be really interesting to see how this shows itself in your everyday reality by itself. and enhanced if you can carry this focused availability, this focused carriage of your consciousness. Breathe. Here comes a ignition, this activation that allows you to use your intention to call upon the support. Breathe. And with the release of the tensions from the activation, a lot of tensions that was already there will be released as well. Unless your system needs them to evolve, to handle things, to be aware, then they will stay, but otherwise they will be released at the same time. To some, it will bring you a little bit into a healing state. It's a stable healing state, so it will only give you a little bit, perhaps reactions here and there, but it doesn't have to be. But if it comes by, allow yourself to take good care of yourself, and then it'll be gone again. So now we reach this possibility where we can try to use our intention to call upon the support from the soul pearl of integrity to reconnect with the soul integrity and everything it brings. So you just, perhaps it supports you well to put a hand upon yourself, maybe to open your hands, whatever suits you the best, and perhaps close your eyes, perhaps don't. Choose how you will put yourself, and then you use your intention. I use my intention to call upon the support from the soul integrity. Allow it to shift. Give it a little time, a little space. And then, perhaps if you look upon things in your life where you have difficulties, where you struggle a bit with communication or with finding solution that's good for everybody, you can try to give it a little perspective here. Just look upon it for a little while and see what pops up by itself without you using your mental capacity, without thoughts. Just see what comes by itself. Maybe you have some micro epiphanies. Maybe you don't. Maybe it really not moves a lot. Maybe something so small comes by, as in my experience. So I kind of took a lot of things in a bundle with difficulties and allowed to be brought in um, to my recognition, my acknowledgement. And what I recognized from within, from this new perspective that kind of could take it all in at the same time, was that, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's an evolution you develop. Not everything is perfect, but the way I go to all these things is perfect. So, and that was new. And you could say that's nothing, because in the handlement and my reality, it actually won't contribute. It doesn't give me new solutions, new recognitions of things that I can handle, see, or know. But immediately when I recognize that my go to in the way I'm handling it is perfect, then so much tensions or so much awareness, taking care energy about doing it accordingly, be aware of not slacking or lagging anywhere, that was released. And that will be something that will make a huge change when you're adding it up over the day and the week and the month and the years. So perhaps you didn't experience anything at all. Perhaps it was something small like me here, and perhaps you have had uh, epiphanies and revelations, and then enjoy them. We go into the settlement of the energy work and the teaching. Allow our system to rest and to go into the self-healing, and to also build up the connection in the mutual field that is in this shift already, and our support for this and the support it brings us, for that to be continuously and embedded in the new era field, for the mutual field for the gathered earth people that opens now, and for the ones who join the teachings with the next 4 lessons, it will open for the development, the preparation for the next lessons as well. Breathe, and there's space for questions or sharings, and we use the chat, and where you can send a message. And in my system, it's 2 squares above each other, next to the smaller circle or the bigger semicircle. So if you click on that, you will have this area where it says send a message, and here you can write your sharing or your question, and then I will address them, share them, and see what comes. Let it be an invitation. See if it comes by itself. Maybe use your intention to call upon your soul integrity and see if that brings another vision, another way of seeing things that brings in some sharing or some question. Sharing here, thank you. I had a beautiful communication with my cat without talking. Wow. Thank you for sharing how beautiful that is. And you bring forth that this opening the soul pearl of integrity ignite the communication through resonance. The resonance communication, we know it from thought communication, mental communication, and people talk about that, where we communicate with thoughts, reading each other's thoughts, bring back and forth thoughts. But this is like with all our system, not only the thoughts, but all our system in the 13th dimensional layers, they communicate with resonance in a way where it enhances our understanding for each other. It enhances and evolves our integrity in a way where it develops our empathy and our empathies. So this is you're sharing here, yeah, brings that forth. That's a part of this teaching. So thank you for this sharing in every way. Yes, exactly. It was like a mutual understanding. Yes, beautiful. And it's important to say when we are around each other, I have this sort of developed senses, and when I was a child, when I was young, it was not matured, and I sensed everything everywhere around. It was disturbed, it was not good. The way it opens now through these 13 dimensional communications, that's a healthy version, and it's a divine version. So it will never trespass our personal space or our personal field. It will care about our personal space of our personal field and ensure that we only share what we are prepared to share. So it's a highly developed capacity for this mutual communication. So when we are around each other, if you suddenly have this sense of a communication, and if it's judgmental or if it's like, if it doesn't feel right, then that's not it. Then that's the old version. Then you can call upon your soul integrity and the soul pearl to be supported into the new version. So if you're so sensitive that you used to be like internal communicating and reacting, interacting, and have these high sensitive recognitions of everything that goes on, and it's mirrored into your own version, then this will be a game changer. Then this will be a possibility for you to completely shift into the higher version of this resonance communication and have an experience of safe space. Because if you have this openness and have carried in the unbalanced person, then it can be really difficult to be together with other persons and to whatever is going on in our unbalanced subconsciousness version. And we can also be actually be judgmental or miscommunicate with what goes on, because if we are together with other persons, other people, And they actually have this shadow reactions to you. And they will not allow themselves to have this shadow reaction because they want to be a better person. They want to be a better version to you and for themselves. Then in this subconscious exchange, the negative energies and the negative versions can be really, really enhanced. Like when you twitch your hose, and the spray of the water will be much stronger. If you have like shadow reactions, and these shadow reactions, they are so out of integrity, then if you have this kind of communication with sensitivity, you will have experience of people sending negative energy, or you will have an experience of them not liking you, but actually within them it's completely different. It's completely the opposite because they choose not to outlive these shadow reactions. The soul pearl of integrity supports us into to shift into a version where this kind of communication is not expressed, will not be expressed. And don't believe me, try it out, investigate it, and see what is your experience, and please share it in the group. What your experience will be. It will be a beautiful contribution to all of us to investigate these new consciousness possibilities. The energy settles. Relax, balance, stabilization. And allow yourself with your senses to open to your surroundings. As we're in the energy and we are in the closure of the teaching and the energy work, to open your senses into your surroundings. That's like open the door into your everyday life, where in a moment of time you will be brought into that reality, and we will close the teaching and this void, this space in this meeting. You will still, in your everyday version, have this activation where you can call upon the soul pearl of integrity and the support from the soul integrity into your reality. And actually, you don't need to remember what I use for words, what I call it. You just call it what suits you the best, just that you know that it's this. It's this activation that we worked with here. It's this energy work we worked it here with here. That's what you call upon. Give it some space, a moment of time to be brought forward into your system and to provide. Breathe, soft, deep. Any other questions of sharings? My experience with this beforehand, before the teaching, I'm brought into these pre-experiences to be able to carry the teaching and the energy in. And for me, it has been an experience of being more trustworthy for myself in a really simple way. So it's like me being easygoing in any kind of situations, also complicated situations, having a sense of being easygoing and being trustworthy for myself. That's That's my, you could say, all in all experience with this soul integrity, soul pearl of integrity. Just a small sharing. So thank you for this meeting. Thank you for the experience here. And if questions comes up, please share them in the group and I will come by and answer to them. There will be a link if you would like to join in. You can also find the previous open teaching for the Soul Pearl of Love. It's in my YouTube channel as well. So you can try that out if you want to. And there will come some more. The next one will be for this earth and well as well. And then the next one after will be for the gathered 8 earths. And tomorrow, the 31st of January, there will be a free opening teaching, energy work for the channeling of the 8 earths. We are in an incarnational program where we are incarnating in 8 areas in the same part of the universe. We are in the youngest part, close to the center of the universe. And here we have 8 areas where we are incarnating. And tomorrow I will have an opening. It has been in Danish today. Tomorrow I will have it in English, a gathering, open teaching, where we will visit the 8 different areas that exchange with it, ignite the mutual field of the gathered earth people in all of our incarnational program, and the central earth, the energy earth. We will ignite that and connect with that for the support for evolution of our consciousness in the next days, weeks, months, years to come. So that's available from tomorrow and will be available on replay in my YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for today. See you here and there and everywhere. Thank you for everything we share.